What an honor. I mean, this is truly remarkable. I cannot think of a more prestigious, I can't think of a higher honor than what we saw this morning. This is more prestigious than winning the huge embarrassing failure awards. This is better than winning a Grammy or being nominated for some doofus Oscar. Most people would rather receive this than be named MVP of the NFL or the NBA. Well, Casey, are you talking about Donald Trump being inaugurated as president? What? No! I'm talking about Bishop Mariann Budde becoming an honorary Yenta on The View. For lonely women across America, there is no higher honor than being named honorary Yenta. Teacher of the Year, Employee of the Month, Mom of the Year, those pale in comparison to being an honorary Yenta. You know, I got to give credit where credit is due. Donald Trump is an absolute machine. Whether you love him or hate him, you got to admire his work ethic. This dude never stops. When does he sleep? Monday night, going into Tuesday morning, while I was laying in bed listening to my dog Chewy and her incessant snoring, assaulting my clean air with her miserable breath. You know, it's so weird. My youngest Yorkie, Oreo, she loves the delicacy of doodle, fresh doodle, stale doodle. Oreo does not care. When I let the girls out in the morning, Oreo, she will follow Chewy around the backyard, patiently waiting for the release of fresh turds. The damn turd won't even hit the ground, and Oreo, she's already devouring it. You would think that Oreo's breath would smell like shit. Chew barely eats dog food, much less dining on Doodle, and she's the one with halitosis. But anyway, while I was laying in bed Monday night around midnight, inhaling the toxic fumes of Chew's breath, Donnie Trump, he's dancing around some ballroom, completing his third dance of the evening. Now, just to be clear, he wasn't doing the foo-foo dancing, the dancing preferred by the lonely men who tip Jackie Mahomes at Club Shay Shay. Donnie was dancing with his beautiful wife. 48 hours into his presidency, he's already eradicated the woke fungus from the federal government. Everyone holding positions based on diversity, equity, and inclusion. They were told this morning, get the hell out of here. He has signed countless executive orders reversing all the damage done by our former fearless leader, Johnny B. Biden. Speaking of pretenders, the potential topic for tomorrow morning, it might be our former pretend vice president, cackling Cam Harris. I received a report this afternoon claiming that Cam is blaming her humiliating loss on her wife, Dougie. We might get into that tomorrow morning. During the first 48 hours of his presidency, the Trumper, he's already publicly demanded that Vlad Putin end the war in Ukraine. And this was not a demand like we saw with John Biden. Hey there, Vlad, it's me, Johnny B. Can you please end the war with my good friend Volodymyr? I've got some cash that I need cleaned and my Ukrainian banks can't launder the money while you're threatening to attack them. Give my best to the missus. Trump did not give his demands to Vlad Putin followed by a friendly pat on the ass. Trump told President Putin to end the war or deal with the consequences. Dude has been working nonstop. I feel like I'm constantly working, and the Trumper, he's making me feel lazy. His work ethic is inspirational, but as is always the case, it is your choice as to who inspires you. If you want to be successful, you should look to successful people for inspiration. If you want to be marginalized, if you want to be viewed as the ultimate victim, you should look to someone like Bishop Mariann Budde. And imagine my surprise this morning when I saw the Yentas on The View damn near worshiping her. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Link to the second channel is in the description below. Earlier on the second channel, we talked about the continued decline in the NFL. We're close to reaching 10,000 subscribers in less than 6 months. You know, it's amazing how far we have come. It took me, I think, 18 months, maybe even 2 years to reach 10,000 subscribers here on the main channel. The secondary channel, I launched it back in September. We are already close to hitting that milestone. As always, I can't thank you guys enough for your support. So if you haven't already, head over to the second channel and subscribe. It's been a busy 24 hours for the lovely Mariann Budde. 24 hours ago, Bishop Budde, she was completely unknown when she attended the annual Budde family reunion. And no, it is not the Traveling Butt Bongo Festival. Those are two separate events on the woke calendar. When she attended the annual Budde family reunion, poor Maryanne, she was so unknown, they would hand her the wrong name tag. They'd mistake her for Aunt Tootie or Cousin Duty. At last year's reunion, she was even mistaken for Uncle Hemorrhoid. But ever since her lecture at the National Prayer Service, Mariann Budde, she has become a household name. She's become the latest object of worship amongst parishioners at Woke United Methodist. As expected, Bishop Budde seems to be enjoying this newfound notoriety. She better enjoy it while she can, because objects of worship, they change very swiftly. Remember that brief period last summer when they worshiped Cam Harris? What about Leah Thomas or Rachel Levine? Hell, there was once a time when they viewed Johnny B. Biden as their Lord and risen King. And look how that turned out. After one debate with the Trumper, they resurrected the media career of the donut diva Brian Stelter so Johnny B's political career could take his place in the woke cemetery. But as of right now, Mariann Budde is enjoying her newfound fame. She has been accepting any and all media interviews so she can spread her message of fake love and mythical unity. Last night, Bishop Budde appeared on CNN. For the first time in her life, Marianne was the most recognizable face on the screen. You couldn't identify on-air talent at CNN if they were in a one-photo lineup. This morning, Bishop Budde, she graduated to the big leagues. The appearance last night on CNN, that was the unrecognized interviewing the previously unrecognized and soon-to-be forgotten. This morning, Mariann Budde, she appeared on The View, the #1 show on television for lonely women like herself. I guarantee you, not a single Yenta had ever heard of Mariann Budde before yesterday, but it took all of 5 seconds for Big Red Joy Behar to start worshiping and praising Bishop Budde for her fearlessness and bravery. Oh, you're so brave! It was so inspiring watching you preach from the woke Bible. Once Big Red was done worshiping, the lady who's married to the Pepperidge Farm guy, Anna Navarro, whatever the hell her name is, she began worshiping Bishop Budde by praising her with words that she can't define. On and on it went, with each Yenta worshiping the lovely bishop. Even my favorite, Asunción, she made sure to get in on the worship. But there was one panelist who wasn't in the worshiping mood. There was one lady on The View who actually asked a reasonable question to Mariann Budde. Ironically enough, Alyssa Farah Griffin, who has become the voice of reason amongst the insanity, she asked the bishop the exact same thing that I said earlier this morning. If Mariann Budde was really that concerned about marginalized groups, if this issue was that important to her, wouldn't it have been smarter, more resourceful to talk to the Trumper about it privately? Watch for yourself as the media celebrates their latest object of worship. Roll the film.
You have more fearlessness than anyone in Congress right now, ma'am. What made you decide to use that opportunity for this message, or didn't you have any apprehension about it?
You know, Bishop, I was struck by your tone. You were so gentle, you were so respectful, you were very demure and very mindful. And you said all of this with Trump, J.D. Vance, and their families, including Melania, an immigrant, and Usha Vance, a child of immigrants. sitting there.
Bishop, predictably, you seem to strike a nerve. President Trump initially said yesterday it was, quote, not a good service, unquote. But overnight, he took to social media to say you were a, quote, radical left hardline Trump hater, unquote, that you brought the church into politics and that you owe your church and the public an apology. Now, given your role, it doesn't seem surprising that you would speak out for the marginalized, as anyone who's read the Bible and knows the path of Jesus. But do you think your message is being misconstrued and politicized?
And Bishop, given that we live in such a divided time, as you've reflected on, and knowing how this message might be received by Trump supporters, I wonder if your words may have had more impact if they were shared one-on-one with the president.
Thank you so much for showing people what empathy looks like.
Like I told you guys this morning, I don't doubt the sincerity of Mariann Budde. I don't doubt that she believes what she says, but the one thing I doubt is her motive. I believe that Mariann Budde chose that platform yesterday for publicity. Whether it's publicity for her cause or publicity for herself, she did it for publicity. There's absolutely no way that she thought her message would resonate with the Trumper. It's kind of hard to get someone to do what you want them to do when you're trying to publicly humiliate them. By this time next week, Mariann Budde, she will be forgotten in the mainstream. Her status as an honorary Yenta, it will be rescinded because the ladies on The View, they will forget she exists. The media is using her. The media will use anyone they can to demonize the Trumper. Once someone else comes along, Bishop Budde will be forgotten. Problem though for the media, they no longer have credibility. Normal people do not take them seriously. If Mariann Budde was looking for credibility for her cause, the last place she should go is The View. You know, if the last 48 hours is any indication, it is going to be an interesting 4 years. The other night, my wife, she was asking me about the channel, just typical stuff. How are the views? How is the revenue? December and January, they're always my slowest months of the year, so naturally the analytics are down right now. Every channel has slow months. For some reason, mine are December and January. I don't know why. But my wife, she is a natural worrier, so when the analytics are down, she's naturally going to worry about it. She was asking me what I was going to do now that John Biden is no longer in office. With the Trumper turning the country around and with Johnny B and Cackling Cam falling into the shadows, who am I going to talk about? There is no doubt that Johnny B and Cackling Cam, they were very good to Uncle KC. But I told her, don't worry. Don't worry. Because we will always be able to rely on the mainstream media. The media generously gives me fresh content every hour of every day. Anyway, give me your thoughts. The media is fawning over Bishop Budde. Shocker. Have you guys noticed the shift in Alyssa Farah Griffin? Ever since the election, she's no longer pretending to be a normal person. She's actually being a normal person. As you guys know, normal women, they don't exactly have a very long shelf life in the land of the Yenta. I just think Alyssa Farah Griffin and her shift are very interesting. Has anyone else noticed it? Let me know. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys tomorrow.